Husted
Steve Wilson from Tamarack, Florida.
Match 1 for the Wichita Open Championship.
The man who has the moniker of the choir boy because of his singing a cappella in high school starts off with a solid 10. Few weaknesses in this game.
Like you both from a bowling family in Oregon. Now, Steve Wilson, you get a look at this 5'9", 155-pounder with 2 titles, 8 regional titles. He uses about 2/3 of the approach. Well,
Easy spare, but not a very good break on his first shot. The solid 9. Has a little sharper angle into the pocket than Husted, as you see it from our camera from the back end. 29 inches away from the pins through fiberglass. The solid 9, no deflection as the ball enters the 1-3-5 area. An easy spare, but a little disappointment.
okay. Match is all even after 1 frame between Steve Wilson with truly a bowling shirt. Truly. And he's going against Dave Husted. In the Showboat King of the Hill match, Ricky Ward defeated Walter A. Williams Jr. 257 to 246. 7 strikes in a row for Ward.
Whoa.
Good job, Steve.
Wilson snaps that thing.
Beautiful
Wow.
job. Hanging on the channel. And it's precarious, believe me. Good pocket hit. As we go to the man that made many pocket hits, Bo.
Thank you, Chris Shackle. Ricky Ward, you came in last night and practiced a little bit. You told me somebody's going to have to be the cheetah today and somebody's going to have to be the deer. So once again, you get the best of Walter Ray.
Well, we both got great equipment by Brunswick, and I just think that I just got his number for right now. And before we go, I'd like to at least thank my coach Rusty for all the time we spent working on my game since I was 15. But Walter's definitely the #1 bowler out there. To beat him is an honor, and it's just nice to know you got somebody's number. And if he beats me next time, oh well.
Well, good luck at next week's King of the Hill match, and back to you, Chris.
Okay. Steve Wilson now, note or two stave and must strike here in the 3rd frame of our first match for the Wichita Open title. And what? Well, it converts the split. Leaves only the
Wilson
6th.
was watching
Man.
just 6th.
See how he shoots his spare. Getting up on the left side of the approach now. Nearly touching the ball return.
Now at 7:40, the Florida State University community is reeling and police.
Cross lane and beautiful.
Well, here's a guy, Chris, that has really defied all the naysayers. He's been out here for 4 or 5 years. Nobody thought he could win. He was great at regional level, as you see his wife, Sherry, who is really the person that keeps him invigorated and really cheers for him out here. She's very vocal during the qualifying. But Steve Wilson has proved that he can be a great player on the tour.
Oh, goodness.
That one I'm playing after
310 now for Sherry's husband, Steve. Sherry does a lot of work for us, with us.
310, he needs to get the ball over here by the 3-pin, let it deflect into the 10. Obviously, you can go outside the 3-pin, that it cuts your chances in half. And he would never try a shot like that. If he'd happen to make it from the outside, it would just be an accidental, unconscious confidence.
All right.
Spinning 4th.
As we go to break, this week's Memory Lane feature takes us back to when Mike Albee carved out a little slice of history right here in Wichita. Let's take a walk down memory lane back to 1993 right here in Wichita. Mike Albee was firing on all cylinders that day and found himself trying to achieve what only 5 others had done in 32 years. Mike remained cool and struck out in the 10th to become the 6th man ever to bowl a 300 game on television. All right, back again at North Rock Lanes. Wichita Open, first match of it. King of the Hill was won by Ricky Ward over Walter Williams Jr. 257 to 246. This is our first match of the Wichita Open. Dave Husted, who is our third qualifier, is going against Steve Wilson. BBA Hall of Famer coming through with a beautiful strike. Here's another Hall of Famer.
Thank you, Chris. With me, Brian Voss. Brian, when I walked in this building on Thursday, you said this tournament's mine. I'm going to lead it. Why so much confidence?
Well, actually, I woke up Thursday morning and I had my bags packed, changed my flight, and I just really had a phenomenal block Thursday morning. So, you know, the rest of the tournament was kind of gravy. Felt real good. It was one of my best weeks ever, really.
Well, when he says that, Chris, look out. He is one of the best of all times. Back to you.
Okay.
Oh,
Dave Husted now will
trouble
have
for Houston.
a big problem. Big 2-8-10. Our statistician Butch Soper finished 28th this week. He's moving up. Maybe next week on our last show, he'll be on the field. All right.
Open in the 6th.
Well, David Husted told me before we went on the air there's a little hang spot on the left-hand lane. It was suspect for him. He gets it a little bit wide, leaves the 2-8-10, a very common split in today's bowling world because the players play so much hooking and breaks so sharply at the back end. Right now, David Husted only leads by 7.
That's what Sherry was looking for. There she is. Bangles and...
Delightful lady.
Mm-hmm. Nice family, too.
All right now, Steve Wilson, 6th frame, can take the lead for the first time if he can throw a double.
Stubborn 10 pin.
10 pin on that left lane.
And oh, so close. Watch the 6 pin. The right-hand pin on the part of your screen almost gets the 10 with a love tap. Oh, I mean, that was close. Oh, my goodness. You cannot do that in championship round play. Right now, he changes balls, wants a ball that slides a little bit farther down the lane. And a pro bowler will only miss 1 single pin every 11 games, and a bad time for Steve Wilson.
And a 2 pin. But it has opened the door for Dave Husted, a door almost big enough for a stealth bomber to go through. One just went overhead if you heard that noise, because they are based right here, not far from the lanes.
At McConnell Air Force Base, as I remember, you and I had a nice tour of the base a few
We
years
did.
ago.
We certainly did.
You know what the players can look for right now is oil carry down. Even league bowlers should be aware of this. There's oil on the lanes as the players are bowling. It's carrying down the lane, and there's less and less break. The ball's starting to hang. And the trouble is,
Whoa.
when you point it up,
Houston
it
got
goes high.
colossal.
Houston
Then
gets a
the
great
3,
one.
6,
Michelle
10.
back in Oregon loved that. Along with the children, Corey, Chelsea, Renee.
Watch this. The epitome of unconscious bowling competence.
Heavy smoke across the region, seen as far as 15 miles away. And now
Great comeback by Steve Wilson. Glad that open frame with the miss of the 10.
Best part of Steve's game is his wrist action. He has really good wrist action. Does a little bit different than most of the players on tour. He actually breaks it back like he's going to fudge it or kill the shot, and then he snaps it through with a very long wrist action. A lot of players prefer to cup it. Watch how he sets it there, then releases it on his backswing and gets the big snap.
Double miss.
Here in Wichita, we uncovered these incredibly lifelike statues carved out of tree stumps. Take a look. Looking at Mr. Parker Bone III, our tournament leader from Jackson, New Jersey. Three-time winner this year. Could become a three-time winner.
All right, Studley David Husted up in the 7th frame with a 9-pin lead over resurgent Steve Wilson, who doubled in the 7th and 8th, coming down to the tough time of a match.
Husted, of course, got the key double
for David.
David, if he strikes out, can go 245. Steve Wilson 226. I think if anything stops him, it'll be the 10-pin. We'll see David Husted, who throws a little straighter ball than most of the players in the championship round. Almost straight down the first arrow. Real good wrist action. Hard snap at the back end.
Okay, coming up next on ABC's Wide World of Sports, we'll see American Virgil Hill take on Darius Mikolashevsky on the Valley Professional Bowling Boxing Series. Plus, from South Africa, it's Ray Golwaz, the Human Endurance Challenge, a unique team event that the likes of which you won't want to miss. Next on Wide World of Sports.
Well, Chris, I'm glad you knew those names because I took a look at that chart and those things didn't mean a thing to me. Obviously, it'll be a good boxing match as Steve Wilson looks to the side. The situation for Steve Wilson, if he strikes out 226, he would force U.S. Open champion David Husted to throw one strike. It's crunch time, 10th frame opening championship round match.
Okay. Very nice.
This is showing form at all.
Oh, incidentally, though, Miranda Benoit gave me the pronunciation of those names. I can't take credit.
Right there, the wrist action of Steve Wilson gave him 10 pins on a shot that looked a little wide, got the terrific revolution, and he's put himself in a position for the first time in the match to take the lead.
Oh,
4-7.
fast 6.
Too much toy. Just caught a whole handful and drove the 2-pin right over the 4-7. Watch this pin action. Third pin on the left-hand part of your screen. Norman will take out the 4-7 right around him. Very disappointed Steve Wilson on a good shot.
So for Steve Wilson, it's a 2-14.
That double to 10th by Wilson forces David Husted to mark any kind of mark, spare or strike, and he'll go on to meet Brian Voss. 10th frame.
It's a winner.
Well, as Hall of Famer Mike Durbin likes to call it, an unassisted strike. And by that I mean that all 10 pins would have gone down without the sideboards. That's how perfect that one was. He is the winner. Two of the best.
Here goes the
going
snow.
in the semifinal.
Here's the stone.
Fast and reliable solutions from Comcast Business can help turn your business
Good enough for victory.
Husted just trying to avoid the gutter, throws it down the middle. He'll have 234, and it'll be Husted against Voss.
modern business. Powering the engine of modern business. Powering
Of course, then that semifinal match winner will go against Parker Bone III. As you saw when
That was
we
a
were
good
down
match.
memory lane, Mike Albee made history 4 years ago here in Wichita.